Hi, I'm Professor Roosevelt Mitchell III. As an award-winning special education teacher, I have taught several students with ADHD. And my experience as a black educator of teaching students with ADHD is very unique. Okay, I coached college basketball as an assistant men's basketball coach at a university for 1 year. And since I never played college basketball before, everything was new. I had coached at the junior high level, I coached at the high school level, but I never played or coached at the college level. So everything was a new experience, from the practice schedules to the personal workouts to the travel plans. Everything was just highly structured and very intense, right? But what really helped my teaching career with students, not only with ADHD, but in special education in general, was the practice schedule. Okay, at the college level, the head coach will put together a practice schedule after practice every day or before practice for the next day. And on his practice plan, we blocked off, like, say, 2.5 hours of practice time. But the head coach would have it detailed down to the minute what we were doing, right? So we would have a practice schedule itinerary. So say that practice started at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock to 3:08, we're stretching. At 3:08 to 3:15, layup drill. 3:15 to 3:45, one-on-one drills, right? And it was so specific that he would bring out the game clock and have a student assistant working the game clock. So say at 3 o'clock to 3:08, we're stretching, 8 minutes on the clock. So once the buzzer sounds, we on to the next drill. And we also gave each player a copy of this itinerary so they could go over each drill and they knew exactly what we were doing, or had a sense of what we were doing, so they could be ready for the next drill, the transitions, and etc. But every day we did something different. He never cut and pasted the itinerary from one day to the next, or one day to the next 3 days, or even if we had practice twice a day or 3 times in one day, in which we had sometimes, he never copy and pasted the itinerary. It was always something different. And after going through the year, and I'm trying to really just figure things out and not ask too many questions, but trying to figure things out on my own, I realized that, things become so mundane, things become so usual, to where if you don't switch it up, even for college students at the college level, that they get tired of it, that their attention fades from it, right? That they can just be going through the motions and not be into it. And at that level, it depends so much on the speed of the game and the energy and all the other variables, that every day has to be like a game intense situation like. So once they get in the game, it's normal, it's typical, right? So all the hard work is put in practice. And that really helped me in the classroom, because it's the same way. Okay, let's take kids with ADHD. Okay, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Okay, first we have to find something that they are interested in. So the first day of school, I made it my business to talk to parents, to talk to former teachers about the child's likes and dislikes, and even talk to the child. So if a child was into basketball, I would start a conversation about basketball to build that connection, because you can't teach anybody unless they trust you, unless you have some sort of relationship on some level that they can, open up and receive the information that you are trying to give them. So we would talk about basketball, or if they was into music or whatever, I would talk about those things and also tie those things into the lesson plans, right? Per se, we had a math problem and they was having trouble on some specific area of math, I would just relate it to that. Now I would do a general classroom lesson, try to tie it into one common theme that everybody liked. But once I broke it down on a personal level, I would just connect with them on that to keep their attention. My lesson plans was just like my college basketball practice schedules. I had it down to the minute. Down to the minute, my principal would come in and he would see my schedule in my lesson plan book. It was down to the minute. 8 o'clock to 8:05, I'm doing attendance. From 8:05 to 8:10, I'm introducing the lesson, or we are reading the learning objectives or daily objectives. From 8:10 to 8:15, I'm presenting new information. From 8:15 to 8:20, I'm asking questions or giving the kids a chance to ask questions. From 8:25 to 8:30, the kids are pairing up in groups and they're working on a problem. From 8:30 to 8:35, they're giving me their answers and we're going over, right? So I had it down to the minute. So once the kids were switching activities and switching groups and going from all these different strategies, it kept them so much, it kept their attention so much on what was going on. So I was able to teach that way, as opposed to I would go in some classrooms and some teachers would just stand up in the front of the class and just give the old school lecture, even in special education, but regular education, the kids, dazing all off in a window and talking to each other and writing notes. See, they weren't engaged. So I think that's even more important with kids with ADHD, if they had that attention deficit. Because I truly think that anybody can have an attention deficit when they're not interested in what you are teaching, if they are not interested in what's going on. It's easy to just start dazing and thinking about something that you like. So that's what helped me as an educator, using a strict schedule with several different strategies so students can remain engaged. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below or visit my website for more information. But until next time, my friends, be blessed and be encouraged.